Let's get started with the color picker. So yesterday on the color picker, we just built this color stack here. Now, color stack, it just stores colors. You know, you can push new colors onto the stack. It pops stuff off the top. Um, then you can restore colors, push new colors. Works exactly like how you'd expect a stack to work. Um, yeah, I think it's pretty good so far. But it's missing some things. So first of all, we need to think about like how to indicate better with this button because I don't really like how it is right now. I'd like it to be a little bit more clear about like the pushing motion. Um, and then also when you hover over these should like get enlarged like the other elements to show that you can click on them. Uh, and also I think I was thinking that like when you just go and push a new one, it'd be cool if like this new one like uh kind of slid in like quickly, and then this other one from the top kind of slid out and faded out. But that might be a little difficult to do. Anyways, I think it'd be like interesting to try to just do that. Um, Actually, one other small improvement I just want to make quickly. Um, and that is when you build without debug enabled, um, I just happened to notice that this doesn't get the compiler just leaves this as like a separate function when you have like high optimization on. That's mostly because it's not declared as like static. But we need it to be exported when we're doing like the library, otherwise you won't have an entry point. So probably I'm just going to define a macro here called debug export. Write that, and I'll open up util.c here. And if we're debugging, we will, let's put it under here. We will just define debug export to be nothing. Otherwise, we will define it to be static. So when you are not debugging, this will just make sure this is also declared statically so that it will just get nice and inlined with everything else. It's not like critical that it does that, but I like I tend to prefer that. If I'm doing like high optimization, I want everything, there's no reason for anything to be separated unnecessarily. Um yeah, that should be good. I think there shouldn't be any problem building that. Um so let's uh just quickly commit that one separately. And util.c, git add. And then um when not debugging. So that should be good. And then we're gonna edit the color picker. There's a few things I should probably like do like a little cleanup of some stuff as well, to be honest. But um, like one thing I kind of want to do is, well, let's maybe just add the enlarging thing first, and then we'll see how it looks. But um, in my notes here, we have the readme now. I can delete that. I just have this easing functions. And also we need to initialize the default saved colors. So I should just pick like some colors that look decent enough and then initialize the plugin state to that. But yeah, anyways, I have this easing functions for animations here. And if we go to what happened there, where did that show up? Not the right window. There's a website called easings.net, which I'll just hop over here quickly. bit bigger, which has all these different easing functions. And so, it's not super clear what's going on without just looking at an animation. But like if, for example, this ease in out cubic, I think looks like a little better than the linear. So if you just like watch these two windows over here as I like press this size, you'll see like what the difference is between the two. So, or like the position. So right now we're doing like linear, but like cubic is like a little bit snappier. I think it looks like a little bit better. It's like got like a nice, it like tails off near the start, like as shown by this graph. It's like really slow changing near the start and really slow changing near the end, but it has like a really snappy middle portion, which I think like looks pretty nice. That's one of them. There's like some other ones, like maybe for these, we might want to use something like I think this one. Not that one's like a little glitchy. Well, you could actually, so this is just like a certain this is just based on like a certain differential equation or whatever. You can probably just this math here this doesn't really explain what's going on too well, but I guess it kind of does. You could add more or less damping so it doesn't look so so it doesn't look like so glitchy. Same with like maybe like when you click, maybe one of these might be nicer. Um, anyways, you can look at that after. Um, so yeah, let's do the animation first, then we'll figure out like some saved colors. So what's going on here? Okay, let me think here. So do color stack, I think it's called. Yeah. So what we want to do here, this is the push button. This checks for the push button collision. But up here we draw the rectangles. So here we're going to want a different bool, and that's going to be, we'll just call it stack collides. And this is going to be well, actually, this has to go inside when we're just drawing. So this is for like each rectangle. Right. So we already have that in here. So we already check, and then if it's less, so you want to take this and make this a variable here, and get rid of this, and do stack collides. Oops. And this other part. Then we set the color. Otherwise, if or just also, I guess, if the stack collides, we want to do something similar to like these other. So what do we do here? We store like right. So this CI dex, it just needs, so we need another static thing going on here. Let's bring that up here. We're going to have static float 32 array, and it's going to be starting out, well, it's going to be an array, so I have to initialize that properly. It's going to be stack scale, stack scales, And it's going to be, oops, it needs to be fixed length. It needs to be this one. There's not four. There's four. Sorry, there is five. There's five of them. And then for the so we're gonna have a stack scale target. We'll be too verbose. Maybe I am being a little too verbose, but that's okay. And a stack scale delta. So the scale target is gonna be probably just start with like 1.2 again and try that one out. And then the delta here is gonna be stack scale target -1. Okay. So that stuff is good. Then yeah, so in stack collides, what we want to do is take our stack scales at the CI dex. That's going to be equal to move towards F32. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to take that one again. And we're going to take... yeah. So let me just check this quickly. Right, okay. I should have... I meant to like change my this color column to like 100 instead of 80. Yeah, just seems a little bit more reasonable for nowadays. Anyways, so stack scales, then oops, this shouldn't be even be in here. It should be stack collides. I don't want to put this one on another line though, so it's more clear what's going on here. Stack collides. Scale target or 1. And then what else do we pass to this one? Move towards just the stack scale delta. Yeah, that should be, but we need to use it for just drawing the rectangle. So yeah, we need to take this out of there. And move this down to, no, we need that. Yeah, that needs to get saved there. And then here, are we scaling? No, we're not scaling like rectangles anywhere else, so I have to just write that here. How should I do this? Probably don't want to modify the size in place. But we do have to just do this calculation. probably just make a temporary dot size dot. So this one's like a little complicated. So possibly what I want to just do is just do it in line like this. And then dot position equals so the position's just like the bottom corner. So it needs to get advanced by like half the scale in the, or it's the top corner even. So negative x and positive, also negative y. So the position needs to get adjusted. So it should be r dot position dot x minus scale times um r dot size dot a dot width over 2. Keep it centered. And then the size, this one probably can just be inline. R dot size dot W times scale dot Y equals R dot size dot height times scale. That. Oops, and we need to use that one here instead. Draw rect. Draw rect. Why did that all get shifted over? What's happening? Oh, right. So yeah, that's fine. It's just I need to fix the offset. um so if the scale's just 0, if the scale's just 1, it should be like to just like 1 minus the scale. It should be happening here. No. Because that does like what I was thinking it was gonna do, where like it's just offset incorrectly. Um so sorry, it should be scale -1. That's the problem. Yeah. There we go. Um I had like this sign flipped. I had, yeah, anyways. If you want to have it 1 minus scale, this needs to be plus, not minus. There we go. That's cool. I still think like if you click on it, it should do the bouncy. It should do like a bouncy thing. I think that would look cool. Um, I feel like something weird going on with this. Yeah, so okay, let's go to the move towards function. Um, there's just like some stupidity going on in that function. Oh, interesting. I'll have to figure out why this is crashing. Um, anyways, I don't know what I just did to cause that to happen, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to replicate it. Um, this is exactly where we want it to be though, so that's fine. Um, yeah, like what is even the point of this? Like, why? Why don't I just if the target is less than the current? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Um, like I don't think this is any better or worse to be honest. Um, yeah, I don't know. In my brain, it's just weird. I think I'm gonna do it this way because it's less weird in my brain. Um, so those are now going good. Um, so let me just think here. This triangle, I'd like this to be like maybe it should like compress or something. Like we tried the shifting up and it just looked weird. Um, do color stack. Um, I do wonder if I should like factor out this triangle, draw like draw because yeah, this triangle code is like the same as the other triangle code kind of. I don't know if it's easy to just factor because of the scaling going on being different. So this should scale in a specific way. It's probably going to be different from what's going on here. Um, yeah, I don't see it as being like better probably. So let us yeah, so y shift can be 0 or it can be just see how much this like sucks it in when you do that. Um, so one of these should just be the left needs to move towards the right, which means this needs to be minus. And this one, the right needs to move towards the left, so it should be plus. Because y shift is just less than 0, always. It's either 0 or less than 0. Hmm. Team feel. Let us try. That's like too little. Hmm. I don't know. Still a little weird. Um, I do kind of like these three colors though, and I kind of wouldn't mind them being some of the defaults. Um, maybe this like blue could be a little bit different, but so I should save those. And then, but first of all, maybe let us just take the let's set the default colors, and then we'll take the win, and then we'll try to do the weird sliding stack thing. Um, so in main, we just gotta initialize this. We just gotta initialize this color stack. Um, so just keep all these colors grouped together. So color stack 0, color stack dot items 0. Still like a little tempted to make a union for this color because I don't like the way that Raylib just defines this, but I don't know if that's gonna help anything, so okay, so now we need to probably these are all just gonna be FF to be honest. And then So you probably want this red, this green. So don't know where you want to put the green, to be honest. Red, green, blue, probably dark, like some gray or something, some light white. I wonder if like it makes sense to just have like the same colors as is used in the color picker. I mean, like maybe not, because if I just add, I don't know. I'm still not sure about like I want to add like the color wheel. I don't know about like picking screen colors. Maybe it's kind of pointless to just do that. So maybe I just put the two these two like foreground and background up here as well, so you can select them. That might even make sense. So um, yeah, we can like move this around a little bit here. So even like let's write this down first. 2 6. Oops, 1E. 2 FF, and then B4. E1. 20. And EA. We'll do that. And then here we'll just change both of these to color stack. And then, yeah, so then like red, green, blue. So this green, let's go to red first. 9 6. 1B and B 3F, sorry. And then green, it's gonna be 5B. Oops. 9 6 and 1B. And then the blue, I like a slightly better blue, I think. Um, Something like that's a bit nicer, I think. The 2 5, 4B, B8. See, if this color was just defined properly, I could just copy paste this, but well, first of all, Raylib has it backwards, and then they just go and use there's like a flag you can set on your textures to have OpenGL swizzle it for you. Um, yeah, it's just annoying, to be honest, because it would be much more easy to just copy paste this color into the source code otherwise. Um, as a 32-bit hexadecimal value. Um, yeah, I sure did. Thank you, compiler. Um, oh, we're storing those as vec4s. Oh, that's a bit different then. Um, yeah. And shouldn't the foreground and background also be stored as vec4? Why is it stored as normalized? It definitely, I don't know, should this be vec4 or should this If it's just vec4, it uses 4 times the space, but at the same time, eh. I think I prefer it to be vec4 because it has a higher dynamic range then. Even though, like, well, no, I guess technically yeah, so technically, yeah, there's more precision in the sliders. There's not more precision in like the scrolling because the scrolling's just multiplied by 1 over 255 right now. Maybe it should just be, that's too like slow otherwise. It's even like too slow right now. It should probably be higher, to be honest. So this is like saved, right? So like the scrolling is like kind of, it's like it's kind of slow. Oops. Um, yeah. So, anyways, um, actually, in that case, though, these hex values are not like just necessarily correct. I mean, they're gonna be like close. Um, well, in any case, that means we have to do this. So v4, um, r RGB is the B is the last one. So we're doing. Wait, what happened? I thought this like got saved at the correct resolution. Anyways, weird. It's just like straddling a value maybe. This needs to go into red space so I can actually see what this is. 0.14, 0.29, and 0.72, and 1.0. Let's just do that. Do that for all of these. Green. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. 36, and then the red. This is 0.25. 0.11 and 0.59. And then for the foreground and the background, we have to, probably, you just see here. So where does the foreground and background just get used? Are they just getting like used directly to, so the background is probably just getting used to clear directly, and then the foreground gets used for drawing. They need to just be stored in the color. So let us do it this way then. Bring back these. Oops. What is the key binding out like that, right? Oh, I wanted the end. That was my bad. Okay. So put those there. Oh, that's like a, yeah. I need to fix that. This has like a problem with multiple selections and copy pasting. Yeah, I need to fix that. It's really annoying. And then here we'll just do call it equals color normal yeah, color normalize. normalized. Yeah, let's line this up. Yeah. Okay. So this is not going to crash, but we need to restart it in any case. So do that and see what we get. Yeah, so that's looking correct. I feel like this one's like a little weird. I feel like it's a little weird to just have the background color. Yeah, maybe the background color is not so smart to just use. Um, you might want to use something like a little different there. Yeah, what is a good color to use there? I don't really necessarily want to just use whatever my uh background like gray thing is that I'm using everywhere. I mean, I could. Brown's like a little, the brown's like growing on me a little bit. I don't know. The brown's kind of weird, but like I don't know if there's like a yeah, I don't know. The brown's a weird color. Um, I don't like particularly. I don't know. It's a good question. Let's just for now I'm gonna set this yeah, I'll set that to the let's just copy this in instead so that these are like consistent, even though I don't know. And then for this one, let me do pretty sure it's just 090909. Um, it's up here. Yeah, it's just 090909. So it's like okay, so let's close this again. See how that's gonna look. I think that works for like some default colors. So it could be nice to have like huh, I don't know. I think it's good. think it's good. You can just push whatever colors you want to the thing anyways, and it just pushes everything else off. So let's take the wing with that one. Save this stuff. There's like an extra line there that I don't really care about. Leave that. And main.c. It's looking good. So we've already like. So I want to try this like I don't know. I like this. I don't know like the. I do kind of just like it just pushing like super fast like that though. See, like that one doesn't really look like that weird. I wonder. It's also just gonna be like a little annoying to just do the. You gotta like save the right index and you gotta save a rectangle. So you gotta save the color at the right index before you save the new one. Then you have to save the um, you need to save like an offset rectangle um, or like an offset vector for like the rectangle at the top, and then you need to shift for all of them, I guess. And you need to shift them all up um, using move towards, and then the one on the top and the one on the bottom. The one on the top needs to fade out, and the one on the top needs to fade in. Or sorry, the other way. The one on the bottom needs to fade in, and the one on the top needs to fade out. Um, it's definitely like possible. I'm not even sure if it's like that hard to do. Um, yeah. So like the fading in part. Look here. The fading in part's like a little weird to do though. So you click this thing does this, and then when you click it, everything starts shifting up. Um, we could try it, I guess. We should just try it and see how it looks. Do color stack. I'm still like wondering if like this stuff should just get saved in the context as well. If it gets saved in the context, then um well, it doesn't really matter that it resets when you reload, to be honest, but um it might just be like a little bit, I don't know. Okay, so let me just think here. So do the sliding, we need I'm thinking it would be like half a thing up. So half a can we just like clip? We want it to fade though. We kind of want it to fade like in a gradient. Um, like the problem is that you can't, let me just look at the raylib documentation. You can't just, do I even have it open anymore? Apparently not. Yeah, it's not open, weird. Okay, so, cheat sheet, bring it over here. Look at it. So, I don't know if this is viewable or not. Hopefully it's viewable. Um, visible on the stream, I mean, it should be. Um, so here, draw rectangle. There's just like draw rectangle rounded, there's draw rectangle gradient. There's no like draw rectangle rounded gradient. Um, because that would be difficult to just implement for Raysan, I guess. So you could fade the whole rectangle. Actually, that would probably look fine. So yeah, I was thinking of like fading um yeah, it might look fine, but I was thinking of fading like how this alpha fades. As it gets pushed up, it starts to just fade out in this like smooth way, but I think that's actually just the same as if it was fading um as you just if you just fade the whole rectangle as it's going up. So let's try that. It's embedded somewhere useful. Um, so let me think here. So it's gonna be a just put this separately. Fade param. What would the fade parameter equal to start with? It should just be like a scale. Yeah. So it'll just be one. It's just gonna scale the alpha channel of the rectangle, of the rectangle's color. Like how this fade function works basically. Again, I'm like not really like I should just delete all these uses of fade to be honest, but um anyways. So the fade parameter and then We just need like a position offset. Um, excuse me. So the fade that offset is gonna be like a little weird. I think it needs to be a static as well. Um, because you need to keep track of it between frames. Like this whole thing could be in that's another thing. I want to move this mouse probably out, but anyways, um, yeah, this whole like all this state could just be in like a struct color stack state, color stack state, you know, uh, status bar state, um, hex whatever state, slider area state. I mean, anyways, so this is gonna be the um offset. The offset is gonna start out at well, I'm just use 0 then in that case. So if the offset just starts out at 0, what does that do? So then the offset will start going towards yeah, so then the offset is gonna have a target. Let me think. There also needs to be like a flag that says that we're currently lerping, currently moving towards. So you got the fade stack. That's gonna happen when you just do this. Um, and also you have to keep track of the old color that just got pushed out. This is why I'm like saying there's like quite a lot of state going on here just to add this function. I think so. We're just storing, yeah, so this. Let me go up here. Okay. So we gotta fade the stack. We might be able to like fold fade stack into the that would be like the height. Can we like modify the height of that here? No. So that would be, yeah, that would get pushed into the height of the it should basically be whatever this step size is here. Also, this doesn't really need to be like a vector offset. It can just be a y offset. We call it the stack off y. Um, so it doesn't even get offset target. So if we just have hmm, definitely if this just works out, I'm gonna move this all into a structure. Um, there's like too much stuff going on here. Um, so like there's another way you could just do this. So you can make this the target, but then you still have to keep track of the that either you get like an offset target or you have a or you save the offset. Um, either way, you just have to store two of these values. So yeah, I don't see a way around that. That is going to be equal to um like this rectangle height, as I said before, like the one of these. Off delta is just the same thing we've been doing all over the place. So I don't know, there's like an obvious way of just combining all of those together, shrinking it down and like refactoring it out. it might be possible, it might not be possible. Um, so that's the could I remember what it is? Yeah, Control E. Control E to scroll the window down. So it should just be oops. Possibly, and then so we're gonna have a last color. So in this draw loop thing, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do stack off y. It's also gonna equal move towards F32. And this is gonna be now what was the one for scrolling up the window? No, not that, but that's fine. So anyways, fade stack. Or 0. And then we're gonna have the same sort of dealio here, so might as well just go the whole way with that one. And then stack off delta. So there's that, and then okay. Um so that will get us the ones that are actually saved. Uh but here's the problem. Well, we'll see if there's a problem. But it's the first one that needs to be drawn. So first you need to draw the other one above here. Possibly we need to do this one after everything else happens down here. Yeah, let me think about this one. So we're gonna click it. We're gonna draw one extra thing. but then on every frame it's just going to start moving upwards. Let's just see how this looks. This could just be like completely ugly, but oh, we don't need to do this in that loop. Yeah, we don't need to do that in the loop. It'd be out here. And then if stack off y equals 0.0 equals 0, fade stack equals 0. So once that reaches the oh, sorry, not once it reaches that. Once it reaches the offset target, oops, thing scrolled. Now, once it reaches the target, we need to turn that off, and then we also need to so shouldn't we be moving towards 0? We should be moving towards the 0 offset. And we should be starting at the no, we should not be. Well, anyways, this is just gonna look weird probably. We can fix that in a second if that's the case. We also need to reset the stack off. Or maybe I'm not sure. Just even gonna compile. This could go horribly wrong. Most likely it's gonna go horribly wrong. But that's okay. This should be oops. Just do this should be last color. And then this should be so this is not gonna scale. I think this is really just this starting R that's defined like way up here. So that Y, what should happen to the Y? The Y needs to be, so this is the one that's just drawn on top. So there shouldn't be like any issue with this actually. Right, and the fade parameter, this should be fade param. And then like the last one should be 1 minus fade param. And then yeah. Okay, so that's compiling. Oh, we're actually getting, that's pretty close. It's not pushing the right one out though, right? It kind of is. So it should be pushing out the blue. Is there two of them? Um, yeah, so the fade parameter, first of all, like I think this the speed for this one's like a little high. We don't really want it to be like 8, maybe like half of that. So let's just try this. It's like way too slow actually. Going by team feel. 5 maybe? So there's a stationary one, that's this one. So yeah, this one actually does need to be I think it's plus equals stack offset delta. Stack offset y, sorry. Um, this isn't like the right color, this one. Did I ever set last? I do set last color. Why does it seem like this is wrong? Also, this should have been fade here as well. That's what I actually meant in both of these places, I guess. Um, I like moves. So the weird, like, why is the so like the bottom one just yeah, that's like weird. So let me think. Um, right. So the old rect should be drawn first, and then in that case, we need to do one of these early. That's the first problem. It's starting to look pretty good. We just need to fade in this one that we're pushing. Wow, that's like really slick. I'm like, I'm very impressed by that, to be honest. I didn't think that was gonna look that good. That's wild. Um, that's really really cool. Does your color picker have that? I don't think so. I mean, look at that. That is so good. Oh my lord. We need to fade this one in. I don't know what the best way of fading in the last one is. Because you only want to fade in the last one. You don't want to fade in the other ones. They're already like faded in. So, um, you get all these like move one of these out of the loop or like refactor this loop so that it's like a function call instead. Because then you could just call that function outside the loop. Um, yeah, that actually sounds like the most reasonable thing I think we could just do. Um, yeah, that would make the most sense to me, I think. What we want is this for this loop to, because then you can call, yeah, let's do that. Then you can call it one last time at the, you can do it outside. So the, yeah, that would make sense to me. So because like otherwise, that's the only way you can just fade the last one. I mean, it's not the only way you could fade the last one. Um, you can do this really stupid thing, which is to if I equals 4, right? Like, if I equals 4, do this thing, otherwise, else do this other thing, right? Um, yeah, this is like super stupid. I don't want to do this. There's like another place in the program where I'm just doing this. I need to clean that up as well. Let's just do this for now. Um, just so I can just see the animation working, and then we'll just move it out because this is like just stupidity, to be honest. And fade. What's it called? Fade. Sorry, what's the thing called fade stack. That Boolean. Heck yeah. That is looking amazing. Which color picker have you seen that does this? Like, oh boy. That is some spicy. That is some beautiful stack action going on. I like it. Heck yeah. Um, yeah. Fantastic. Amazing. I can't get over it. It's so good. It just looks so amazing. That is sweet. That is some epic. Yeah, wow. Okay, let us refactor this loop so that I don't have to do this stupid thing. Um, so what we want is uh so we need to advance the let's have this return the advance. So I think we're only like advancing one thing at the end of this loop, right? Yeah, exactly. We only advance this. Ah, but this height. It doesn't have to do this advance though, right? I think the only thing we need. Yeah, we don't need this. This can be done in the loop. We don't need to take that part out of the loop. But it's not going to return anything. Do color stack item. This definitely also needs the context. It needs a rect R, and it needs a float 32 dt. So we are going to take does it just need the yeah, it needs the whole context. And it needs like this index, I think. So it could either no, I want to pass this index in. Um okay. Like just it's amazing. It's so good. It's so good. So we need all of this except for that part. Um, but this, yeah, not this. We just need to move this one out of this else. And we just need the rest of this. Not that. So we need this. Oops. What is this? Sorry. Could be. What it was. Weird. Could have sworn that was what the key binding was. We should be. Oh, sorry. I know why. Yeah. Okay. Um. Well, these are all like spaced out, so it's not so useful. But Okay. I am trying to teach myself to use some motion more like this motions more often. Um, so this needs the mouse. Um, this is going to be item IDEX. Let's just replace all of those. Okay. Then this needs to get adjusted. So what else do we need here? We need stack scales. So that needs to be defined here. Unless we need it outside. I don't think we need it outside. We just need it in there. So yeah, we just need this whole part in here. Stack offset. What's going on here with this color? Oh, so that's outside this. So stack offset is gonna go. Let's pass that in as a parameter. Wait, is DT? Yeah, DT is needed in here. Um, that's here. Okay. Um, Getting rid of this. Let's move this around a little bit. Mouse R. Get the compiler to tell me what I'm supposed to be passing here. CIDEX. Stack offset Y. And DT. Okay. So this broken nonsense. This needs to go outside the loop. And it needs to just be so not like this. And this is gonna be this. Oh, sorry. What am I doing? Um, Fade parameter. Let me think here. So, because I was thinking this should also just be the same call to this whole. Yeah, it should be the same call to this whole thing. Where's the fade parameter needed? It's here. Last color. Maybe rather than the IDEX, we should be passing in the color. Hmm. Just think about this for a second here. So, what happened? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, this needs to get closed. Else, um, wait, isn't this the same thing? It's just, yeah, right. So this is actually kind of interesting. So here we're using 0.8 for this. So, let me think about this. So otherwise, this should just be the color. And the draw rect was something that was not draw rect was something that's in that loop. So yeah, I think what we need to do is just pass in the color or the fade parameter. Yeah, let's do that. Let's pass in the fade parameter. Um, so if the fade parameter is the fade parameter just even needed outside of that loop though? Oh yeah, because we have to keep track of it separately from the what's going on in the loop or in that function. So let's pass the fade parameter in as a variable. If it is just less than 0, we will do one thing, I think. So yeah, this should be like point, well, is this like fade even necessary if the, I kind of need this to be building for me to test that. Um, I feel like it's not even going to be visible. I mean, it softens the edge for sure on like this thick one. But on these ones, I mean, I'm sure it like softens it a little bit as well. Um, okay. Let's just quickly figure this one out so I can head out. Okay, so fade parameter, if it is, so where are we here? This, if fade param right. So if the fade param is no, actually, we don't need to do that. So we can just do sorry. Um play and then just pass in 0 for the it might be like so fast that you no, I do want this to have the same thing. We'll test this and see if it looks weird. Um but yeah, here for this one, we're just gonna pass in 0 for fade param. And here we're gonna do this. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna do color stack item, CIDEX, fade param. And then else, it's the same thing again, but we will pass in 0 for the fade param. Okay, so there's a few more errors here. Okay, so now we're building again. What? What's happening there? Why are we like one off? What happened? Um, oh yeah. Oops. Yeah, that makes these should be 4. There we go. So there we go. That is looking great. Heck yeah. Um, Now this part, sorry, so this part, So this is where you could argue that you'd want to pass in the old color. This here would be an argument for passing in the old color. Sorry, for passing in the whole color as it is. Then you gotta like pass in two color. I mean, it's like not that bad. Um, like if we just did that, then what would happen here? We'd collapse like this. Um, it's a fade stack. Okay. Stack offset target. So if we get to the end, we don't want to. Yeah, so it's just once you get to the end, we need to reset everything. So I think this is just correct. Probably this doesn't need to be aligned like that. Like, could you just collapse this into fade param? So if fade param is equal to not 1, we assume fade stack. I think we can, right? So like fade param starts at this. Yeah, I think we can get rid of like this fade stack variable. Because the delta, yeah, because this delta is just fixed. Yeah, we can get rid of this. So oh, but we're using oh yeah. It'd be like fade param not equal 1. So instead of making it static, it would just be so yeah, we could do it up here. Fade stack. This doesn't need to be static, I think. So if we just move this here, fade param does not equal 1 when null. That broke it. that right? Maybe that's not right. I don't know. I can think about that more later. Because I want to stop streaming. So we'll think about that one after. So let's make sure this is working as intended. Yeah. So that's pretty dope. I don't know about you guys, but it's looking pretty cool to me. Not seeing any other color pickers that are doing that. So, okay, let us commit this. Let's take the win. Yeah, let us do this. So, wait, was that because of this push? I mean, this was just like a dead store though at the end. So, oh, I see what the problem was. It's because the right. It's because the color stack item, color stack. Right. It's because of this. So, yeah. How would we just do this then? We would have to do um just to get rid of that. So it'd be nice to have like one less static global, but the problem is that well yeah, because all we have to do is just do like some tiny number so that it's not equal to one anymore. That's all you have to do. Um so I would get rid of like this static, make it not static, which is kind of better in my opinion. Um because I'm probably gonna move some of this stuff out into a separate struct after, just because it's kind of getting a little unruly. So fade stack, fade param is not equal 1.0 f. So if we do that, oops, it's like another, like we're just setting fade stack. Doesn't need to be set. There, get rid of that. It's not useful. Fade param, because that it doesn't really matter what size that is. Like, okay, it does. So there is like float epsilon, um, that I need to be wary of. So that's fine. That's not going to be like perceptual. So yeah, that's good. Cool. Okay, let's take the win. Take the win. Colorpicker.c. Oops, I do not want to do that. CB, not CA. Yeah. So animate the animate stack pushing. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't have better. Animate stack pushing. Cool. Yeah, that's good. That is the good stuff. That is slick. That is some cool function there. Alrighty. So let's just get a look here. That is gonna be all for me tonight. Let's see, is there anyone still live who is looking good? Again, there's none of the people I'm following who stream interesting things. I'm not seeing anyone, so that's okay. So Alien JRPG and CC++. Well, they're like not doing that though. No, I'll check that one out and see what's going on maybe. For a different day. So yeah, cool. Thanks everyone for watching. What we did today was just animate this one, get this cool animation going, and also obviously these like hover animations. And there's like a still not sure about this, but anyways, we can figure that one out different day. So yeah, cool. I will see you all next time.